Hey guys, welcome back to Tech Time, and last video I upgraded that Lenovo G500 laptop by replacing the hard drive with a new SSD. Now in the last video I said it only had 4 gigs of RAM in the laptop, which isn't much. So in part 2 of the laptop restoration, I got some new memory that I'm gonna put in the laptop, and hopefully it'll speed it up significantly. Let's get into it. So for the memory, I got this Gskill Ripjaws DDR3L. DDR3 is what the laptop takes because it's older. I think some newer laptops take DDR4. It's 1600 megahertz, 1.35 volts, and there's 2 RAM slots in the laptop, so opposed to one 4 gigabyte module, which is what's in it, I'm gonna put 2 8 gigabytes for a total of 16 gigabytes. It's the same speed of RAM that's already in the laptop, but by adding more, it'll speed it up. I could put 1866 megahertz RAM in this laptop, but it really wouldn't make that much of a difference. If you're gaming and you use the right settings, 1866 will probably only make 1 to 3 frames per second difference to 1600 megahertz. And unless you're overclocking, both RAMs run at the same speed. Like this 1600 megahertz, I think it'll run around 1300 megahertz, and it'll be the same with the 1866. It depends what motherboard you have, but in some laptops BIOS, you can turn on this setting called XMP, and it'll run the RAM at maximum speed. I don't have that setting, and if I did, it would probably overheat the processor and it wouldn't end up well. Plus 1866 megahertz adds a bigger price tag than 1600 megahertz. I think I got this for around 42 bucks on eBay or something, which is a really good deal. And Gskill has a good reputation, especially in the gaming community. Their newer stuff is really popular, like their Trident Z for the desktop is really nice. So I'm gonna install this and see what it does afterwards. So I got the RAM installed and it recognized it right away. I went to the specs, it said 16 gigabytes opposed to 4 gigabytes. I didn't do any technical speed tests because the RAM that was in here before will run at the same speed as the one that's in it now. I just have more of it. But I could tell a difference by just using it. It allows you to run more programs at a time, and it's like a faster response time if you're opening something up. Finally, I updated the BIOS because the old one was from 2013, which is really old, and the newer one really doesn't make that much of a difference. It just needed to be updated. So the basic specs of this laptop are it has a Intel Core i5, a 250 gigabyte SSD, and now 16 gigs of RAM. So technically you can do very, very low spec gaming. If you go to the settings and use the lowest graphics setting, then it'll probably work pretty well actually. So that is my $80 laptop restoration. Like and subscribe for more of these videos, please, and put in the comment section if you have any ideas for videos. Thanks guys, and see you next time.